Welcome to the first and last pipelining video that we will ever do. In this video, we are going to be covering what is pipelining, example of pipelining, the advantages and disadvantages of pipelining. Let's get right into it. So firstly, what is pipelining? Well, glad you asked, because pipelining is a technique used for implementing parallel instructions within a single processor. This helps to keep every part of the processor busy with instructions by dividing the incoming instructions into different segments, where each segment is able to be performed by different processor units concurrently with other segments. This was first developed in 1970s, where it was used in supercomputers. And now, it is being used in the instruction unit of most microprocessors. Secondly, I'll be talking about the 5 stages of pipelining. The first stage is instruction fetching, which is to read instruction from the memory. The second stage is instruction decoding, which is to decode the instruction and fetch the source operand. The third stage is instruction execution, which is to perform the operation specified by the instruction. The fourth stage is memory access. For load instruction, the memory does a read using the effective address. For store instruction, the memory writes the data from the second register using the effective address. The last stage is write back to registers, which is to store the result in a designated register. If what you have just heard confused you, then you have come to the right place. We will now use an example to help demonstrate how pipelining works, which will help you understand it much better. So, we have this guy called Clinton, who is at a laundry shop, and he has multiple batches of clothes to wash and dry. There are 2 ways to go about in this situation. He could just wash and dry each batch separately, or he could use the pipelining method. This method works by first taking his first batch of clothes and placing into the washing machine. When that is completed, he will take the first batch and put it into the dryer and insert the second batch into the washing machine. This will be continued for the next few batches of clothes Clinton wants to wash. This method will be much faster than the previous method, where this could have multiple batches being washed or dried at the same time, which would keep the machines busy at all times, decreasing the time taken to wash all the batches of clothes. Next, I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of pipelining. The advantages of pipelining are: uses processor more efficiently, quicker time of execution of large numbers of instructions. Pipeline CPUs generally work at higher clock frequency. Higher clock frequency means that the speed of the processor is faster. The disadvantages of pipelining are: pipelining requires more hardware to be added. Pipelining hazards may occur. Pipelining hazards are situations that prevent the next instruction in the instruction stream from executing during its designated clock cycles. Any condition that causes a stall in the pipeline operations can be called a hazard. And the last disadvantage is dependencies between stages. Finally, super pipelining, superscalar, and very long instruction word (VLIW) are techniques developed to improve the performance beyond what mere pipelining can offer. Super pipelining improves the performance by decomposing the long latency stages, such as memory access stages, of a pipeline into several shorter stages, thereby possibly increasing the number of instructions running in parallel at each cycle. On the other hand, superscalar and VLIW approaches improve the performance by issuing multiple instructions per cycle. Superscalar dynamically issues multiple instructions, and VLIW statically issues multiple instructions at each cycle. These techniques are pioneers and now the basis of modern computer architecture designs. To conclude, we learn about the 5 stages of pipelining, example of pipelining methodology, the advantages as well as the disadvantages of pipelining, and lastly, the various improvements for pipelining. Thanks for watching!